Before we do the introductions, I want to give a big thank you to DetraCraft. Just threw $10 into the bucket for the Base Rate TV live event fund, so thank you very much for that. I'll have to read the message a little bit later, but for now, we're going to get into the game. Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, it's going to be Root Gaming's Root Hydra.
In the top left, as the red Zerg, its symbol. True symbol of actually, what is his team right now? MVP?
No. Because I remember looking this up yesterday, because I thought it was
Generic
Sophie,
Green
right?
Wings, really?
I don't remember him getting the
Generic
announcement for
symbol.
that, but I can see
what's
that.
on Wikipedia. I don't remember that at all.
I can feel that. All right, so ZVZ yesterday was not the greatest, if we're going to be honest. It was True versus Hyun. It was two fantastic players, and I really expected it to be this Roach versus Roach battle of the gods, but it ended up being Ling all-ins, and Hyun not being prepared for it in the slightest. Hydra and Symbol, however, I don't want to jinx it. I really don't want to be that guy, but I just don't see either of them being the type to do a big Ling all-in. Maybe a Roach all-in, sure, but not a Ling all-in.
That's right, it wasn't Symbol who went for it, it was the other guy, so... Yeah, maybe I agree. I don't know. It is the losers match, so while yesterday they had a chance to just kind of throw away a game and still be okay, now it's not really the case, so it is going to kind of make you second guess if you're going to 10-pool game 2 after being down 1. Of course, the main stage is also showing a losers match between Hyun and Showtime. Surprising as it is, we could see Hyun go out immediately. We could see Hydra go out almost immediately as well. We already saw Bling went out really fast in the context of a 3-day event.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this is like a group stage format just because of the different way that we've been broadcasting it.
Right, yeah, exactly. So I think that's the case for a lot of people, you know. Some people just jump on and they're like, what exactly is going on? It's just a different way to do it, you know. So they split up the groups 2-2, but they also split up like the losers and the winners, so it could be a little...
Yeah, actually, we're covering all the losers matches today, right? That's the plan?
Yeah, well, losers and deciders, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, Symbol and Hydra actually a pretty important matchup. Totally forgot that you thermal in the other series, but that was that big of a deal too. So, you know, unfortunately for Blake, guy takes a map off SOS, but first one out of his group. It's a little bit sad, but we'll see which of these two go which direction. Now, Overlord Scouting is actually providing a pretty nice path so far. Nothing really to reveal though. No one really. I mean, 2 links coming out for scouting. Queen's on the way. It's a pretty just regular opening. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Well, basically, the only thing that would be interesting to see for Symbol is that Hydra's gas is pretty late. You know, it's not the five-minute double gas, but it's, you know, obviously he doesn't have speed on the way already. Where Symbol is going to be like 3/4 of the way done before it starts. Like. It's going to be pretty big. Or, I mean, Hydra could also just not start Ling speed and go for like a really fast lair, but that would be like really bold. No, he doesn't do that.
I just want to address something really quick, brought up in chat. The t-shirts that we were showing a moment ago, those are going to be through the Teespring campaign here on Twitch. They're not going to have anything to do with the Kickstarter, and the proceeds from the t-shirts are going to go towards paying off the event, not the prize point or anything like that. But, yo, that's a lot of Lings. That's a lot of Lings.
With like an Italian accent for whatever reason, like das a lot of lings.
Oh, mamma mia. That's a lot of Lings.
Okay then. Well, Hydra gets he gets speed, but he also gets a spine crawler and a roach warren pretty quickly. So does Symbol actually. It follows up this Ling attack with a very fast roach warren. I do wonder if he's gonna make it into an all-in.
I was gonna say he can wall this off pretty easily. Saw him with the Overlord from a mile away. This first Eva Chamber is probably gonna fall though, and that's the problem with it not being done. Queen not quite in position to block that out, so his surround goes down. Drone's not going to be forced to be pulled, and Hydra suddenly in quite a bit of trouble. However, the spy car is going to do work. The drone should be able to hold these in place. Hold position goes down, but there's holes in that hold position. And now the main's in trouble. The Queen's out of position once again. The spy car can't reach over here. But those Lings do pop out, and, well, Hydra loses a couple of drones.
I guess that's better than just letting her die, doing nothing.
I guess, but okay. Creep Tumor hype.
I've
I was
never
gonna
seen
say
that.
though, for Hydra though, okay, he's got a lot of drones coming out the back end of this. The problem is he's not coming up against the opponent who's already transitioning into roaches. And there's the argument to be made that
It's
a
not
lot of
lit.
lings can surround the roaches and do really well, but I just don't think there's gonna be enough lings for Hydra.
Well, the thing is that Symbol isn't just doing a roach push. He is going for roach ling. So if Hydra had like 40 lings right now, all right, it's a little scary. You got to be a little careful. But it's only like 20 something. The lings that Symbol's getting is going to make up for that. So even Symbol realizes that and says that I don't necessarily have to pull back. Hopefully my ling flood will come soon enough not to lose too many more drones. He is still down by 10, but Hydra needs to hold against a lot of roaches. He has his roaches on the way too, so it looks like it's gonna be not just like possible, but probable maybe.
It's gonna be
they're
tight
attacking
though.
in here.
It's gonna be really tight. Is the problem, no matter how this goes. But that Spinecrawler getting a lot of shots off, almost picks off a roach. Lings on the other side of the map are driven back. Now, unfortunately, it's not exactly a massacre of drone kills on either side of the map. But there's a huge army lead for Symbol, and that roach horn's actually in a very vulnerable spot. If he uproots the Spinecrawler, the roaches are just gonna move in.
If that can buy you enough time to pump out like 10 more roaches, then it actually might be okay. Moving the Spinecrawler is very, very bold. That's dangerous, but it looks like it's going to work out.
That one roach just slowly regenerating health at the back end of it. The UCAN station right now, the roach count's almost actually even up at this point. There's a lot of lings on both sides, but the choke, this choke for Hydra is the most critical thing of all time. The Spinecrawler just chipping away. It's up to 12 kills so far.
Oh, well, he's attacking without the Spinecrawler, but with the Queen, that might have been, actually, it seems to be okay. His production is still kind of strong, but that might have been the mistake that cost him this game. The other Queen comes down, the drones are pulled.
I think he's got this. You know, as long as he doesn't lose more than 9 workers, 10 workers, he comes out of this ahead.
That's true. That is true, and it looks like he's not going to even lose that many at the end of the day. The roaches pop out in the nick of time. The Queens, the drone pool actually end up being pretty perfect. And while Symbol is like has a ling flood that's coming in right now, it's not that much. The wall off is still kind of there. I mean, Symbol, you're down 14 drones right now. Not really going to be able to macro out of it.
I mean, that was an impressive hold by Hydra in the first place, but he has taken some overextended engagements. His ling control hasn't been the best so far. Fighting the bottom of the ramp over here, counterattacking over there. Weirdly enough, actually, does neither player have a Bailey Nest? Neither player has a Bailey Nest. Which do wonders this game. These roaches can't actually push. There's too many lings here. They gotta get their back against the wall, make sure they don't get surrounded too hard. Ling's gonna try and get that surround. They're gonna be able to kill at least 5 of the roaches, almost guaranteed. And Hydra kind of throws away this huge army that he had. But not for nothing, he does trade out pretty decently. However, it's the roaches, like the meaty, beefy heart of that army do get picked apart.
So Symbol takes this opportunity of being able to push away Hydra's army basically to drones. So he's up to 30 to 36, but Hydra still ahead on drones. Has that upgrade lead and has a third base about to finish up. So his lair might be later, and that's that really is going to be a problem. You know, speed isn't going to work out against just hard numbers. And okay, Symbol does that.
I just want to throw out, by the way, he did actually use the creep tumor at least once. I was curious about that. So, well, it didn't